In a world where we kind of like live and breathe data, how are you talking differently to your team? How are you talking differently to your board about the metrics you want to put in place, or how to tell how things are going in the
Yeah.
business and in the go-to-market part of the business?
Yeah. Well, I think anonymized data is still data that we need to look at, right? We need to understand it for what it is. I can't tell you the number of salespeople who say to me, "Well, you're not telling me who. Who do I go talk to?" And I said, "No, you're right. That's where the selling process starts, my friend. Look at this account that has been to our website X number of times. Would you think they would be doing that if something wasn't going on?" Right? So there is a set of anonymized data that we have to look at. I think we have to chunk our data in ways that we can actually understand it. Then, of course, we still have our traditional data around what people are doing. But I think we can become a little bit more using that data a little more predictive in what we need what we need what's the right way to think about it, the opportunity to do next. So I'll give you an example. We know when we were selling HR systems together that at some point a security person was going to get involved and go to the website. We
Right.
knew that the procurement team was probably going to get involved, even if it was an HR sale, right? Or the CIO was, the IT department was
Yep.
going to get involved. So there is data that tells us, look, we are talking to the HR team today and we know these people are going to come before we get this deal done. Please do not kid yourself that you are not going to have to go through security review or go through procurement. So what are the things we can advance, and how do we get those people identified in the account sooner, and how do we get messages in front of them? Right? So let's use that to the extent that we can, still predict the next things that are going to happen. I mean, we know that deals don't get single threaded anymore. I don't think they ever really did, but they really don't now. And we can use that to really predict what needs to happen next. So that's how we're starting to think about, like, what are the kinds of things that we need to prepare for? What's the kind of messaging collateral that will really build a level of predictability into this selling cycle. Now, all of what I just said to you means marketing's involved from way before the salesperson or customer identifies themselves and way into the sales cycle. I always tell my teams, we do not leave our leads at the door. None of this throwing anything over the wall again and hoping sales does with it, right? We have to be
Yeah.
just as involved in that selling process. And I think that's probably one of the biggest shifts we've seen in the last, I don't know, since you and I've been doing this, definitely in our early time at Workday together, where it was not a sale or a marketing and selling process. It really became a full go to market extension and a full buyer journey. And so you need to be thinking about who those people are, what they want, what they need all the way through that.